Alright, start off. Columbus and Ottawa. Alright, we'll just hop in GM mode and try to make the trade, but I highly doubt it. Alright, we'll just go into Classic. Anyway, don't matter. Continue, yep. We'll go to Columbus. I'm still trying to figure out what, what they traded. So far, Duchene to Ottawa for conditional first. I think that's how much is released so far. So, owner mode off, player morale, salary capture, we'll keep that off, Fog of War off, and yeah, continue. Keep salary cap on. Alright, so before we even get into the trade, what does this mean? It means that Columbus is more than likely not going to be trading Panarin or Bobrovsky. So that's the two things that you have to keep in mind, that they're not going to trade either one of them. So it means Panarin and Bobrovsky is pretty much off the board, and Columbus is going for it. I think Duchene will be their #1 center. Just trying to think of it. Yeah, Duchene would probably be their #1 center. By far. But like I said, yeah, this team is pretty like decent. They're a good team. They're like all around good team, but they're just a decent team. Like I said, Panarin is their all-star. Then you got Atkinson, who's really good. Wimberg's alright. Right, so arguably they got their best defenseman, so best center. Yes, man, but I'm trying to figure out what is in this trade. None's really released yet at all. Cap friendly. Okay, so it's Duchene and Julius Bergman. Abraham Davis and picks going the other way. First rounder including, but check into conditions. Okay, so that's a trade. Proposed trade. See if it goes through. But we don't have to worry about the conditions. So Davidson and Abram. defenseman Davidson's. Davidson. There's not even a Davidson here. And picks going the other way. Alright. Yeah, there's no Davidson here. I guess my roster might be out of whack. I don't know. But pretty much Davidson, Abram, and a first for Bergman, who's a defenseman, I'm pretty sure. Ottawa. For Bergman, yeah. And who was it? Duchene, yeah. I don't know why I had to ask who it was. Yeah. If it's Brandon Davidson, I don't know why he's not on the team. We'll just add in like Collins. Of course, they would retract that trade. There's probably like a second for next year. Yeah. So whatever the trade is, it's not gonna go through. So right. So we're just gonna have to make it unrealistic and trade away pretty much every draft pick that we got. Yeah, we'll get rid of him. Oh. Okay. Well, that won't go through. That won't go through at all. So I'm gonna have to just do it in the main menu. I'll do a roster update. But rosters, we'll go to rosters, figure it out. But player movement, no, not player movement. I'm just gonna do an update. I'm gonna make the trade itself because clearly Ottawa doesn't want to make that deal. Clearly. But like I said, this just means, oh no, it's the newest update. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. January. Player movement. Yeah, so as I'm getting this sorted away, what does this mean? It means Columbus, like I said, they're not trading away Bobrovsky, they're not trading away Panarin. They're getting a #1 center for their team who could be like a #2 somewhere else. They're getting a solid player and they want to make the playoffs. So, I mean, yeah, and Ottawa clearly made the worst trade last year when they acquired Duchene. Like I said, they don't have the first round pick this year. So, and they're at bottom of the league, so they're either gonna get fourth or better. Right, so was Brady Tkachuk really worth it? Is the thing. Select Duchene. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Whatever goes the other way, it doesn't matter for the first year. But we're gonna see if Columbus will win the cup with this team. They might. All right, so um, I just got the trade finalized. I think I have my mic muted. Rookie move, but um, all right, all right. So Matt Duchene for go back into that. Matt Duchene for Aberoff Davidson picks going the other way. A first rounder including conditions, but checking on the conditions. Um, so that's what Bob McKenzie tweeted. But I'm gonna go through all the tweets. But anyways, I just made the trade go through. Yeah, so it's Duchene and Bergman. Doesn't really matter about Bergman. So okay, so it's a first rounder, Abroff and Davidson for Duchene and Bergman, plus a conditional first to Ottawa if Duchene signs in Columbus. So if Duchene resigns, it'll be 2 first round picks plus 2 prospects. Right, so it's a I don't know how you like this trade. Like I don't know how you would like it. You're dealing with, you know, Ottawa not having their first round pick this year, which is the issue, right? Like I said, they gave up to Colorado um, their first round pick. So pretty much like either Jack Hughes or Kappa Capo for a first round pick, Davidson and Abrov, which, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. GG. I have no idea how this affects anything. I have no idea. But like I said, it's Columbus being a better team out of all of it. Um, they're trying to make a playoff rush. Panarin, Bobrovsky, they're probably gonna walk. So I highly doubt they're gonna sign Duchene unless they know that some of them are gonna like re-sign. So I'm just staying to that, but yeah. So the Bluejackets are loading up for the playoffs. That's pretty much what they're doing. But I mean, if they re-sign, I get 2 first round picks. So So I just posted all the details in the chat. So we're just gonna make our way and see if they can win the cup with this lineup. So best lines, defense, Harrington, yeah. All right, not making any trades. We'll see if this lineup can make it. Duclair, Borgstrad, Lindbergh, Foligno. Yeah. Actually, I don't think he's playing center. We'll put Dubois, Wimberg, and Foligno. Yeah, there you go. We'll just make it like that. I don't know their lines, so see if they can win the cup. Like I said, Duchene to Columbus. All the details in the chat. What do you guys think about it? It's a pretty solid thing for Columbus. Like I said, Columbus is trying to make it past the first round. Never won a playoff round. The fans been waiting. Panarin, Bobrovsky are up this year too. So why not go for it? Like I said, if you trade them away, they probably looked at the trades and they probably couldn't get anything for it. So it is what it is. But yeah, we're gonna see if Columbus can win the first round. But I don't know. They're starting off pretty strong, so. I forgot to do that. I'm gonna turn off injuries because Cleveland, yeah. League settings, rules, injuries. We'll turn that off just because I don't want to be replacing players or anything. Where's injuries to? Injuries off. All right. So yeah, we'll do that. Like I said, Duchene adds a lot of skill to the team. Like I said, Columbus is not overall flashy. Like, they got Panarin, but they're mostly like a tough team to play against. They throw the body. They're a gritty team. They got good goaltending. So it's just, just good for Columbus to actually add some talent in their lineup. So. But yeah, it's great thing for Columbus. Ottawa, what do they get back? They get back a decent prospect. Well, they get 2 first-round picks if he resigns. But yeah, it's like I said, so hard to tell with Ottawa. Like I said, the trade itself is great for Columbus because they don't have to worry about anything. They don't have to worry about anything else. Jonathan Davidson, that's the player. Not Brandon Davidson, like I mentioned earlier. Okay, so Abrov, I know he's a 20-year-old. Pretty sure he plays in the Q. No. Plays in like the O or something. No, he plays Victoriaville Tigers. Yeah, so he does play in the Q. I was right. So when I do my next podcast, of course Liam would know, but no, he played in the AHL this year. So he played last year for Victoriaville and the Olympics. He had 26 points in 16 games at the Olympics. Then he got traded to Victoriaville, had 78 points in 40 games. Played for Russia in the World Juniors. This year so far, he has 22 points in 52 games in the AHL, which I don't know isn't that good, but it is good for his first year, right? He's 5'9", he's 20 years old, 172 pounds. Pretty decent player. He's 5'9" though. I'm pretty sure there was an article about him earlier talking about how there's players there supporting him because he's a small player. I'm not sure if that's completely accurate, but so Ottawa gets a decent prospect. Like I said, they already got Pierre-Luc Dubois, so I mean, that's what it is. They also got going back to it. They also got Oliver Borkstrand, Sonny Milano, Scott Harrington. Scott Harrington's not that good though. But yeah. So this Abrov guy shoots left, right wing. Born May 8th, 1998, from Russia, 5'9", 170 pounds. He's drafted in the third round, 65th overall at the 2016 NHL Draft. He had a big season junior. Skating, he might be a little undersized, but there's more and more undersized players succeeding in the NHL today. One thing that Abrov has in common with most successful of these undersized players is that he's an outstanding skater. So he's an outstanding skater, offensive game, soft hands, good stick handling ability. Defense, he works hard defensively, good back checking. Right, so they got, like I said, like for Columbus, they're not giving up as much. Give up Jonathan Davidson too. I'm not fully sure who that is. Decline that. But alright, Jonathan Davidson. I'm not sure this is the right one or not. No, this is definitely not the right one. Definitely not. I can't even find him. Is he like a made up player? I can't find him. I guess he's like an unsigned player. Okay, yeah, we'll go through that. Davidson, where's Davidson to? I can't seem to find him. But anyways, Columbus Blue Jackets are 51-17-14. They finished first in their division. Toronto Maple Leafs didn't make the playoffs in this either, so Dallas Stars, Colorado. Yeah, so Edmonton didn't make it, Calgary didn't make it, which is BS. San Jose didn't make it, which is BS. Los Angeles Kings made it, which is BS. But yeah. And over on this side, this side at least is kind of true. But continue to the playoffs. See if we can win the Stanley Cup. Alright, so we'll just send the first 4 games. Oh, and Columbus looks like they're not getting past the first round. Looks like it. Columbus still can't get past the first round as they lose to the New Jersey Devils, which is definitely not going to make the playoffs this year. So, lovely. Yeah, that's just kind of shitty. So to make a trade for Duchene, they still don't make the playoffs. But yeah, we'll get into this trade even more on our next podcast, which will be Saturday. Just Saturday, hopefully. Like I said, Liam's been busy with his stuff. So that's beyond our control. We're supposed to have it out Wednesday. But like I said, we'll find out more about this trade completely. But like I said, for Columbus, just a summary of it. Columbus is getting a flashy center who kind of had issues wherever he went. Like Colorado was his childhood team. He had issues. He got traded. They had a good year. They had a better year, kind of a thing. The worst thing is what they traded for him. So Duchene went to Nashville. Turris went to Nashville. Duchene went to Ottawa, and then Colorado got like 2 first-round picks and Samuel Girard. Right, so that's what happened with that. So they got like a really good defenseman. They got first-round pick, and to make it even better, they could have had Brady Tkachuk, but Ottawa decided to keep that pick. So now this year, Colorado's probably going to have Jack Hughes or Capo because they're the worst team in the league, and there's no way to turn that around. So for any Ottawa fans, it's just kind of shit. You're just, losing probably one of the best draft picks you probably would have ever had. Right? So it's not fun. It's definitely not fun, but it's kind of shitty. But at least with this trade, they do get a first round pick, guaranteed. There might be a first round pick if they re-sign Duchene. But the only reason why I see Columbus signing Duchene is if Panarin or Bobrovsky signs. They're not going to give up next year's first round pick knowing their team's not going to be good. Right? So that's the only way I can see that happening. But yeah, that's pretty much just how it goes with the whole thing, right? But also to report as well is the Bruins got Charlie Coyle for Ryan Donato and a 5th round pick. If the Bruins advance to the second round of playoffs, it goes to a 4th. All right. Also, Carl Hagelin went to the Capitals for a third round pick and a conditional 6 if the Washington wins 2 or more rounds in the playoffs. Right? So, and Gagne, Ron Spooner, Peter Holland for Darren Radish. So, I mean, that's a trade so far. Like I said, the Columbus one and Ottawa one is not updated yet at all. So, the best thing to do is wait it out. Like I said, me and Leon's podcast will be done tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, it's a good trade for Columbus. They want to get past the first round. That's pretty much all it is. But it's going to be like a roadblock for them as well, right? So, and next year, probably not going to be a good team. So, but, anyways, see you guys. Talk to you guys later.